My love, everything is just made up. In this reality, literally everything is just made up, whatever you want to think of. Everything you have ever known has appeared within awareness. Not one experience has ever happened outside of it. Every sight, every sound, every emotion, every memory, every thought, every person you've ever met, every place you've ever visited has only ever existed as an experience within awareness. And this isn't some mystical statement, as you may think, is the most obvious fact about existence. No matter where you go or what you experience, it always appears in the same place, your awareness. People spend their lives searching for reality out there without noticing that everything they call reality is first experienced in here. You have never experienced an object independently of consciousness. When you look at a tree, you don't experience the tree, you experience color, shape, texture, and meaning appearing in awareness. When you hear music, you don't experience sound existing somewhere outside of you. You experience vibration translated by your nervous system into an experience within awareness. So, without awareness, there is no experience of existence. And before anything can become your reality, it must first become your experience. And before it becomes your experience, it must appear within awareness. Let's take some words. Mountain, ocean, success, failure, love, money. Every one of these words is a symbol. Reality existed first, language came later. Language isn't reality, that's why language compresses reality into concepts. Imagine looking at the sky before anyone had ever invented the word blue. The experience would still be there, the color would still exist, only the label would be missing. The label isn't the experience, it's shortcut the mind uses to organize experience. So instead of simply seeing another human being, it immediately says young or old. So the mind cannot stop creating concepts because concepts allow it to navigate the world. The word money isn't wealth. The word love isn't love. The word fear isn't fear. Let's say they are pointers. They are not the thing itself. So money demonstrates this perfectly. Take a $100 bill. Its value doesn't exist inside the paper. The ink doesn't contain purchasing power. If every human disappeared tomorrow, that bill would lose every bit of economic value. Not because the paper changed, because the belief disappeared. Money is one of humanity's largest shared manifestations. Billions of minds continuously agree that this symbol represents value. And because that agreement remains stable, entire civilizations function around it. Banks function because of belief. Markets function because of belief. Businesses function because of belief. The exact same principle appears everywhere. A wedding ring only represents marriage because human agreed it does. A diploma only represents knowledge because human agreed it does. So none of these meanings are contained inside the objects themselves, and not even in the words. Meaning is always assigned. So the physical object exists, the interpretation exists in consciousness. The same thing creates your reality. Nobody is born believing they are confident. Nobody is born believing they are, socially awkward. Nobody is born believing they are worthy or unworthy. Those ideas develop gradually. Let's say time doesn't exist, but let's say it now. An event happens, the mind interprets it. Another similar event happens, the interpretation becomes stronger. Let's say the sentence changes from I had an embarrassing experience to I am an embarrassing person. Notice how the event disappeared. Only the interpretation remained. So the identity isn't built from reality. It's built from meaning. So memory itself is interesting. You don't remember everything. You remember what the mind considers important, first of all. And what the mind considers important depends almost entirely on what it already believes. So that belief influences perception. At every moment, your senses receive vastly more information than consciousness could ever process, and the brain filters almost everything. If it didn't, functioning would be impossible. But the question is, how does my brain choose what enters awareness? It chooses according to relevance. And that relevance is determined by decision, by belief. But first of all, by decision, because you decide what you believe at the end of the day, consciously or unconsciously. So, let's say, to make it easier, someone convinced the world is dangerous immediately notices possible threats. Someone convinced life supports them notices opportunities. Someone convinced nobody respects them notices every small sign of rejection. So this is why people can witness exactly the same event and live with completely different experiences. One remembers loss, another remembers freedom. And this is where this understanding becomes truly freeing, because nothing you have ever experienced has happened outside of your awareness. The world can present circumstances you didn't consciously choose, but the meaning, interpretation, and truth you attach to those circumstances are not automatically decided for you. You are not required to make every external circumstance mean something terrible about you. You are not permanently threatened by every bad thing that happens. You don't have to make an event your identity. You have to become conscious of what you are making it mean. Because the reality you live from is continuously shaped by what you accept as true. People, a lot of us, think manifestation is about forcing reality to obey positive thoughts. They repeat affirmations while feeling the opposite, let's say. They attempt to convince themselves, but convincing is effort. Being requires none. Now sit with this one. Don't forget that. Being requires no effort. Think about your own name. You don't repeat it 50 times every morning. You don't visualize having your name. You don't affirm your name. You simply know it. Knowledge has no tension, doesn't argue, and doesn't seek evidence. It rests. And that's what genuine belief feels like. When something reaches that level within consciousness, it becomes part of your being. Being naturally expresses itself. Someone who knows they are capable doesn't constantly try to appear capable. Capability influences every decision without conscious effort. Consciousness continuously organizing experience organizes experience according to what feels fundamentally true. Whatever feels impossible becomes invisible, and whatever feels natural becomes obvious. Okay? So, my love, I know I took a longer break and I'm sorry for that, but I'm here again with something I truly believe can help you see your reality differently. So, please take what resonates, apply it. That's the most important part, and watch what begins to shift. If you found this gem useful, like and subscribe, and if you feel that you resonate with my understanding, my perception, and the way I explain these things, you can also book a one-on-one with me. But don't forget, enjoy your present moment. See you next time. Love you. Bye.
Midnight energy, yeah. Let it go, let it go, let it